Quadratics today. So this unit's going to be quadratics. So probably for the next few days for your warm-ups, it's going to be stuff like this and more complicated as we go. The reason is I want to get you guys used to dealing with x squareds, because that's what this unit is going to be. Okay, so the way I teach all of my units is I start with algebra first, then I get into word problems and graphing and all that stuff. So the first unit of quadratics is just going to be algebra, okay, which would be nice. Get you so you're feeling good. You can solve for x and all that fun stuff. Then we'll get to graphing and word problem stuff and all that after that. Okay, can I get someone that's brave? This looks frightening. Can somebody do the left bracket for me, please? Yeah, Jenna, go ahead.
3x squared.
Yeah, good. So what she did correctly was, again, just the coefficients got multiplied. So in front of the x squared, there was just a nothing, which means a 1. Right? So 3 times 1 is 3, the x squared falls along. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, and the x falls along, and then 3 times 4 is plus 12. Can someone with a great deal of self-confidence, Nick, try the last one, go ahead. Great. You said x, but that's x squared, and I knew what you meant. Yeah. So it would be plus 15 plus 10. Okay, Nick, can you explain to the class, please, because I intentionally tried to be mean on this one, why those switch to be pluses? Good. So this negative follows through into the bracket, right? So negative times x squared is negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times negative 3 is plus 15. X and negative 5 times negative 2 is plus 10. Okay, we're so close to being done this question. If you give this to me as an answer, I'll be strongly disappointed in you. So I don't mean to say that. I shouldn't start off mean like that, okay? But you cannot give me a final answer like this, or you'll lose some marks. Other than the two people, I love the two people understand in the class. You guys already answered, I'm sorry. What do I do to finish up? Liam, go.
Negative 2x squared.
Yep.
X
What happened there? Sort of. Something happened there along the way. Okay, now you might have noticed I left a giant space in the middle. Why did I leave that giant space for that? Derek, right?
So you can collect like terms.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that just because it's when you get to a question like this, and I'll give you one on your test that'll be so big that you'll have to turn your page sideways, right? So there'll be like, 8 different brackets you got to multiply together or something mean like that, or on your assignment, maybe not your test. Definitely your assignment, though, okay? So when it's complicated, you have to add like many things. I'd recommend, combining when you can. So I'm going to collect like terms here. Again, this is optional, but in math, you always want to minimize your mistakes, and so I'm going to put that in there. So I put the x squareds together. So then 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Then I put the x's together. So 15 minus 6 is 9, and then 12 plus 10 is 22. Okay, please be brave and ask a question if there's questions. You guys are all so kind and sweet. Okay, nobody will raise their hand as a question. That's fine. All right. Letter B. This one is a slightly bit more complicated. Okay. Nick, go. Ooh. Wow. Okay, Nick, can you explain to the class, please, how you got 2x times 4x squared to be 8x cubed? How'd you get that? Yeah. If you think of your power of your exponent rules, right, that's like x to the 1 times x squared, so like you add the exponents, that's x cubed. Right, also, if you multiply the coefficients, so 2 times 4 is just 8, wonderful. Okay, and then, so every x gets an extra power to it. Can someone else be brave? And thank you, Nick, and give me the second bracket, please. Yeah, Alistair, go.
Negative 3x squared minus 13x minus 6.
Wonderful. Okay, excellent. And again, the negative carries through. Everything is positive in that bracket. So the x squared switches to be a negative, the 5 switches to be a negative, and the 2 switches to be a negative. Okay, can someone else be brave here? Hannah, go. What are you next? Thank you. Go ahead.
8x cubed.
Yeah.
2x squared minus 6x minus 15x minus 6.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, man, there's a lot of integers in there. Yes, there is. This is grade 10 math. There will be lots of integers in there, and that's fine. Now, like terms, remember, have to have the same power and the same base, right? So x cubed is all by itself. The x squareds are going to add together. The x are going to add together. The numbers are going to stay by themselves. So this should be hopefully 8x cubed minus x squared minus 21x minus 6. Okay. Can I get everyone to close their eyes and put their heads in their desk, please, for a second? Who got those two answers without any help here, please? Who came close but made a small mistake? Who didn't really try and hope that Mr. Sadler would answer the question? Noah. Sorry. It's anonymous. There were more than just you, Noah, but I yelled at you, okay? No one else raised their hand, though, but I can see it is struggling away. Okay, this is sort of, we'll do these fundamental things here every single day to make sure that your algebra is good here, because these are the sort of nice algebra things that we need in this course, in this unit to feel good. But these two questions, by the end of it, if you're not feeling 100% of it yet, that's okay, right? Within the next sort of, by Monday, you should be eating these up, right, for the warm-ups. Right? Yes?
Why is just x squared? Is there like a 1 in front of?
Or this one here, you mean?
No, like, why is it just for the answer?
Oh, okay.
Is
So
there like a 1?
it's like -1. Like if there's no sign in front of like a variable, it's just like a 1, right? So 2 minus 3 is -1, so that's just like negative x. Okay, any other questions before I keep going? You guys are so nice.
Wait,
Okay.
you just left the exponents? You don't do anything with them?
No, because each one is an extra term, right? The only time you do with the exponents, if you think of our power rules, it was like this, right? What's the symbol between the x squared and the x cubed there? Multiply, okay? So it's like think, if you're multiplying things, that's when you're changing the exponent, but if you're adding and subtracting, they can't be combined. All right, so if you look at this, right, like that's why this one here we times, right? X times x squared is x cubed, right? Because you're timesing, right? But as soon as there's a plus or a minus in between, you don't need to do that. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, go ahead. Which part here? This to here? Oh, did I make a mistake? No, I didn't. What I just do, I just rearrange, right? So, like this negative 3x squared, because I brought x squared with x squared, right? And then I just brought this negative 6. I just switched the place of these two so that I had the x squareds together, and then I had the x's. This here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what you're thinking is every one of these x's, there's going to be an extra x with it. Okay. So here there was 2 x's. I brought another x along. Now there's 3 x's. It's x cubed. Okay. Here there's 1 x. You multiply by another x. There's going to be 2 x's. So x squared. There's no x's here. You're going to add another x. There's 1 x. Right. Technically, what this is equal to, right? 3x is 0 technically. Okay. So if you're using your power rules, okay, because there's nothing there. So if you were doing this, that's going to be -6x or -6x. Because remember, like 0x is like would mean that there's no number there. Is it worth doing another one of these or no? No? Oh, you guys hate algebra? Feel free. All right, I'm going to pause in the video and then I'm going to keep going here, okay?